Welcome to Drink Wine Be Crafty. I'm Megan, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a corner-to-corner crochet pillow. I'm going to do this in two separate videos because it's a ton of content. So in this video, the very first video, I'm going to show you how to do corner-to-corner crocheting. Not going to use this same pattern because it's not my pattern. So I'm going to make a cute little pattern. I'm going to show you how to do it because if you can do corner to corner, you could do any pattern because they're all the same. It's 1 or 2 stitches. That's all you have to know. So we're going to do that today. And then I'm going to actually record the part where I sew the back, but I'm just going to split it into 2 separate videos because it will take far too long and it'll be extremely too much content for one video. We're also going to talk about some wine. So I went into my Texaco today and they had a nice fancy little wine rack that they just put up and had Foxbrook on it, which I have not had Pinot Grigio Foxbrook. Honestly, I don't even remember the last time I had Pinot Grigio at all. So I'm not really sure exactly how it's supposed to taste. I've already obviously tapped into it just a smidge. This bottle of wine, I looked it up because whenever I got there, they had this huge rack of $2.99 wine. Like, this cannot be good. There's no way. And I looked it up and it said that it ranges from $5 to $12 for this particular bottle online. So I'm like, if this is good, then I've hit the jackpot because it's $3 for a bottle of wine. Actually, I really like it. It's semi-sweet, so whenever I do have white wine, I usually tend to gear toward Riesling, which is a little sweet as well. So it's good. I like it. I would definitely recommend. I mean, good Lord, for that price, it's as long as it doesn't give me a headache, I say we've hit the jackpot here. And remember about the giveaway. This pillow is going to be given away to whoever likes, subscribes, and gives me your favorite inexpensive wine. If I choose your wine, you will get this pillow. I want to do this in the next couple of weeks. I already have somebody that's given me there, so at least I know I'll have someone to give it to. Hoping for more because the first 5 people will definitely be in a drawing for a glass like this. My wine and wine me glass that I showed you in the last video, and you could also possibly win the pillow. So 2 giveaways, guys. Like, subscribe, tell me what wine you like. It's that simple. Would love to give some stuff away. And so yeah, let's jump into doing the corner to corner crochet, and then I'll have to be continued. We'll do the next I'll post the next part of the video probably in the next couple of days, actually. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so I don't have a color printer. Again, I found this pattern on Make and Do Crew. I'm going to definitely give you guys a link to their website. They have so many cute graphs. You can get cross-stitching graphs, the perlaire, is that how you say that? Perlaire beads, the little melty beads. You could get graphs. I actually have done another graph I found from one of their websites. So anything that is a graph, this particular one is 25 by 25, and this one made a 14 by 14 whenever I was using worsted weight yarn, which this one is, I don't know if I should do it this way or this way. Caron 1 pound, off-white, and it lasts forever. You have 1 pound of it. And I have the same type of yarn in blue, and in my pillow I used a dark blue, I used a light blue, and I used the off-white. I am going to show you how to do corner to corner, but I'm just going to use, I made this little simple graph. I wrote on it, but that doesn't matter. I did this for the purposes of showing you even with just a simple corner to corner and color change. And what we're going to do is, where's my scissors? We're going to do a teeny tiny, this is a 10 by 10, but I'm going to cut it down. I'm going to show y'all how to do, I'm going to show you how to do something this big. And once you learn how to do something this big, it's so simple that you'll be able to do something this big. Because all you have to know how to do, there's two ways to do this that I've seen so far in this particular style. And it is, you can do a double crochet or you can do a half double crochet. I did a half double crochet. I just thought that it looks a little bit more tight on the stitches, and then it turned out perfect size. 14 by 14 is a perfect size for a pillow. So this is not going to be for beginners because I'm not going to go through the steps on teaching you how to do half double crochet and all that good stuff. We're just going to get right into it. I'm going to show you that. So with any graph, you're always going, where did my pen go? You always start in the first corner here and you're working your way and you're going diagonally. So you're going to go through each row, but you're doing it diagonally, corner to corner. And we're going to do that in this little bitty. So we're going to start with this square with half double crochet. And to do that, you're going to get your yarn and you're going to chain 5. So we're going to go 1, 2, I'm going to get closer here, 3, 4, 5. So once you have your chain 5, then you're going to go into the third chain from the hook and you're going to half double crochet into that. So you have 1 half double crochet and then you're going to do a half double crochet in the next 2 chains. So you have this, your second half double crochet and your third half double crochet. And your turning chain counts as 1 stitch. So at this point we have 4 half double crochets, which makes a square. So you finish the first square. And then we're going to move on to the next 2 squares. And to do that, so we're going to be doing this one and we're going to chain 5. And do the same thing. We're going to go to the third chain from the hook and we're going to half double crochet into it. And we're going to do the same thing in the next 2 stitches. So now we have 2. So basically each square equals 4 half double crochets. So now we have our 2 squares and we're going to take this one and we're going to turn it to where we can get into this turn chain. So what you want to do here is you want to, and right here in this, you're going to slip stitch into that to join the 2, because what you're creating is, so you have, this is your first square, this is your second square, and then this is your side. So once you get it, after about the second or third row, you start seeing it. So we just finished this square and we're going to move on to this one. So here we don't have to chain 5, we're just going to chain 2. So 1, 2, and then we're going to half double in that same spot that we just slip stitched into. We're going to half double crochet 1, 2, and 3. So you've done your last square here. Sorry guys, I forgot we're going to change colors, so let me take that out and show you how to change colors. I'm going to undo just the last stitch and we're going to redo that last stitch. So we have our chain 2, we have 1, 2 double crochets. We're going to do 1 more double crochet, but before we pull through here, we're actually not going to pull through with this one. What I do is I turn it and I pinch it So it's like I'm pinching the white, and then I get the blue, and I'm also going to, and with the same finger that I'm holding the white, I'm going to hold the blue, and I'm going to pull the blue through. Instead of the white, we just pull the blue through here. So we've finished here, and now we're here, or I guess you could say here, either way. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, sorry, I'm moving this too far, 4, 5. So we're done 5, and then we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to half double crochet in the 3rd chain from the hook. I'm sure you guys are catching on to a pattern here. So we've 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so I have to switch colors again because as you can see I have blue, but then I have white. So I'm not gonna pull through with the blue. I just dropped my white earlier. I'm gonna drop my blue, and I'm gonna pick the white back up here. So I'm dropping the blue, and I'm grabbing, see if you can see it, grabbing, where'd it go? The white. And then I'm gonna pull the white through here. So I have, and if it gets loose, you can just grab the, I need to cut my tail because it's way too long and it looks like I have two. I'm going to trim some of that tail off, get it out of the way here. Okay, so at this point, we have, I switched colors. We have the blue, I did the blue, now we're doing the white. So to connect these two, again, we need to slip stitch into this chain here. So we're gonna slip stitch here. And if you look at the picture here, we have 1, 2, 3. I have white, white, and blue, and I have white, white, and blue, and I have kind of my corner, my edge here, if you can see it past all of my ends. And we're gonna chain 2. And then we're going to half double crochet 3 times in that same spot. Okay, and once we get here, so I just did this one. Actually, sorry guys, I did it again. I need to change colors. So to change colors, I should have pulled through with the blue. So we'll do that last one. I have my turning, I have my chain 2, I have 1, 2, and then I'm going to do another half double, but instead of pulling all the way through, I'm just going to drop the white and I'm going to pick up the blue. So we're going to 1, 2, and then we're doing 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. So at this point, sometimes you can just push this over here. Okay, and then we're going to blue. We're staying on blue. We don't have to change colors. Okay, and slip stitch these two together. And we have another, this whole row is blue, so we don't have to change colors here. We're just going to keep going with the blue, and we're going to chain 2. We're going to do, running out of 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to slip stitch through this, always on the chain 2 or slip stitching. We're going to chain 2 again. We have My cat is playing in the background, so if you can hear a lot of jingling, I've tried to hide all of her loud toys, but I think now she's gotten to where she just wants to tear the Christmas tree down. Alright, so we did our 3 there, and we're going to chain to this one. And we have come to the end here. So we have officially finished. So if you see now, we've gotten to the point to where we're not gonna keep increasing because it's going to go this way. So we're gonna decrease and we're gonna start going down on this side. So to do that, I'm gonna, let's see, how many of these do I have? 1, 2, 3. Actually, I'm sorry, I still have one more because I have 1, 2, 3 boxes. 1, 2, 3, and then I have to do my last box. So I have to chain 2, 1, 2, and then I have to do my 3 half double crochets in that spot. So that's 2, and then 3. Okay. So now to decrease, we're going to just do a chain and turn our work. And we're going to slip stitch. This blue is kind of hard to see, but we have 1, 2, 3, if you can see, which I don't think you can, but I'll try to show you. We're going to slip stitch into each loop, just a slip stitch to get us all the way back. Slip stitch. Okay, so the only thing left here is that turning or a chain 2 spot, and we're gonna just start working like so we have slip stitched back over the edge of this box, and now we're here and we're about to do this box. So we're gonna chain 2, 1, 2. No more chaining 5 because we're not increasing anymore. So we won't be doing that again. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 to make our square. Sorry, I keep forgetting changing colors because I'm talking to you guys. I'm going to undo that last one. And I'm going to redo, but instead of pulling through with the blue, it's time for us to drop because we're going to the white. So I'm dropping my blue, and my white is still here. I'm going to grab my white, and I'm going to pull that through. I'm going to show you a little something. If you're just dropping, you're going to have these in the back. Now, instead of carrying it over, you would definitely want to, I mean, if you're okay with it looking like this, but if you cut each time you change colors, it's very, very tedious, but you can sew in your ends and you won't have to have that visible. Totally up to you. If I was making a blanket, I would definitely want to sew my ends because to me, that looks tacky. But that's why I make pillows, because we can cover them up, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, so we're on white. We're going to chain 2, and we're going to do 1, 2. Sorry, I have like all kind of stuff. This is me in a nutshell. If you guys want organization, I'm probably not your gal. It's the wine, blaming it on the wine. Okay, so at this point, we have to drop the white again because we're going back. We're here. We're going back to the blue. I think here maybe I'll cut the white off just so you guys can see. I mean, I feel like a lot of you may already know, but hey, there's a lot of us that don't know. So I know for me, whenever I first started crocheting, I watched videos and every little detail helped because it does feel a little overwhelming at first. Okay, so I've picked up my blue again, and I'm going to slip stitch here. I'll go ahead and chain 2 so I don't have to worry about it falling out. But see here where we've dropped the white, if you're doing, because we finished with the white here, but we're going to pick it back up here, you can just cut it. I would say you want enough to where you don't have to worry about not being able to sew it in, but I'll sew it in at the end so you guys can see. And then I'll show you how to pick it back up. I mean, basically you pick it back up the same way, it's just not as snug in there. You have to hold on to it. Okay, so we chained our 2, we're gonna do our 3. 1, 2, and 3. And we are back here. We're gonna slip stitch there. Okay, so again, we are not increasing because we're here and we've got this. We want to go back up and we are coming back to white. So whenever I have a white on the corner, I'll show you how I like to do it. So we're going to turn and we're going to slip stitch all the way back again. So we should have 3, always 3, because you're slip stitching the top until you get back to the turning. I said always 3, and now that looks like I just, you know what, we're just gonna stick with that because blame it on the wine again. Okay, so we're here, that last slip stitch, because I have to change colors. I'm gonna drop my blue, I'm gonna grab my white and hold it down because it's not snug in there, so we're going to hold it down, and then we're going to slip stitch this last one with the white. And everything got really loose, so just tug on all of the strings, tighten everything up. And then here we go, chaining 2. And do our... Actually, I started to do this out of habit, but because I have this end, you can, as you go, you can sew it in, or you can wait till the end, whatever's easiest for you. But if you kind of hold it up against the blue right here and grab it, go underneath it while you're sewing or while you're doing your stitches, you don't have to worry about sewing the ends in later. You can just trim them. Alright, so we have 1, 2, 4. Okay, we're done with blue, and we're just on our last 2 whites. So we just finished that one. We're going to slip stitch there, chain 2, 1, 2, and then we're going to do our 3 again. Over and over, you repeat the same thing. If you can do this little bitty square, you are ready to go. Now I will say, if you start doing a ton of color changes, it can get a little bit more chaotic with trying to keep everything organized. But all right, so we're back to this. We need to chain, turn, and then we're gonna slip stitch all the way. 1 slip stitch, 2 slip stitch, 3. I can't get that. This is not as hard as I'm making it seem. Alright, 3 slip stitch, and then we're going to chain 2. 1, 2. And this is our last square, guys. We have come to the end. 1, 2, 3. So we have our 1, 2, 3, 4. we're going to slip stitch that together there. And okay, so at this point you would tie it off. So you'll pull through and trim it. And then just tie it off. Snug there. So we have our cute little square. And you can get it all balanced out there. So here's what you guys just made. We have that here. And this is, let me turn it the right way. Our 4 white, 4 blue, white, blue. So basically, that's as simple as it gets. You would do the same thing if you do something this big. You start here, you go for a while with the white, and once you start getting to the color changes here, you just, what I like to do is just mark them off as I go. Sometimes I'll count them so I know how many, like if once I get to here, I know how many I have until I get to a color, so I can kind of pay attention. But that's once you finish your crochet portion, now I'm going to show you how to take that crochet portion like this. I can't fit it in the screen. And put some fabric on the back. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that way you can always know whenever I post a new video. I have a ton of stuff that I'm going to be putting out in the next couple of weeks. I'll probably do more than one a week for now because I have so many Christmas ideas and things I want to do. So definitely hit that bell so you can get all of those notifications, and I'll see you next time. Bye!